this position, even with only one knee down, it doesn't take very much for us to post on our partner's other leg and start to draw them forward. We can shore up our upper body control and then start to look to elevate and take our partner over. The threat of the wrestle up, we're concerned enough with the threat of the leg lock that they're gonna drop their body back down and they'd rather play off of their knees. Pinch headlock, if he drops to his knees and starts to retract his body, that's fine, forward shift. And then from here, we're into playing our Sumi Gaeshi game. You can't do Sumi Gaeshi when the person's standing up, okay? It's just, there's no way to do it. When your partner's standing and you're seated, if you want to play a Sumi Gaeshi game, you're going to have to do something that's going to prompt your partner to put their knees down on the floor. So there are two good ways of doing that, all right? And there are two pathways into other subsystems of attack. The first is you could always wrestle up. So we're not going to cover like every wrestle up scenario here, but any situation where, let's say we get a grip on our partner's wrist, we start in arm drag and we get a pullback reaction here, he starts to pull away. This is an opportunity for us to rise up into single legs, okay? So Vin knows this, and maybe he doesn't want to wrestle or he doesn't want to work from a standing position. And so if I kind of do this enough times, a lot of times he'll drop down into a position where he's no longer elevated, right? And from this position, even with only one knee down, it doesn't take very much for us to post on our partner's other leg and start to draw them forward. Now from here, we're in positions where we can shore up our upper body control and then start to look to elevate and take our partner over. So threatening wrestle ups is one good way of doing that. Another good way of getting our partner down to the knees is just by harassing their legs in any number of ways, right? So one of them can be with something like a double koichi, where we tie up at our partner's wrist, draw our partner forward, and we start to threaten knockdowns in a rearwards direction. So that's one. Another is for us to simply get a grip around our partner's leg. Okay, you can hold your partner's wrist, or you can control shin to shin. You can elevate and start dropping your partner here down into X guard, reverse X, or ashigarami. He may not respond immediately by dropping to his knees, but what we can do is we can create a set of expectations for our partner where they are concerned enough with the threat of the wrestle up or concerned enough with the threat of the leg lock that they're going to drop their body back down and they'd rather play off of their knees. Okay, so these are two good methods. So anytime we're here, we can start to look to threaten a wrestle up. He drops down to his knees and starts to back away, okay? This is a good opportunity for us. We've got one leg here. That's fine. We can post on our partner's knees, start to break them down, and then move ourselves into positions where we can begin to work variations of Sumi Gaeshi. Here, pinch headlock. If he drops to his knees and starts to retract his body, that's fine, forward shift. And then from here, we're into playing our Sumi Gaeshi game, right? So that's one example. Another example is we just create a set of conditions where we're constantly threatening our partner's legs. So from any situation where we get our partner here, we start to look to threaten leg locks. Okay, here is a rimiashi. We could be threading our legs through in any other kind of sort of attack here. And he begins to be concerned about the nature of these attacks. He drops down to his two knees. And now from here, we're in a position where we can start to look to play our Sumi Gaeshi game. Okay, so these are two very good ways you can start to get your partner into a place where they no longer want to stand up. There's one more method, okay? And the third method is you can kind of invite your partner to play a body locking game. And when you open yourself up to like your partner's body lock, they're often going to drop down to their knees and they'll take the bait. Does it work every time? No. But a lot of times from here, if we're playing from a position, maybe he's standing up here, right? And we'll kind of give our partner a position that looks like this, and we drop down here and almost draw him forward into the body lock position. So he's got an arm around the waist here. Even if I give him two arms around the waist, as long as we have some way of preventing our partner from immediately closing the distance, for instance, putting a foot here on our partner's hip, now we're in a place where we've got our partner down on the knees, they're thinking body lock, and now we've got exactly what we want. We have, in this case, an overhook to work off of Sumi Gaeshi, control our partner's tricep, and then you can begin to look to offset your partner's balance. So we have like a 2+1 ways of doing this. You have attacks on your partner's leg, ashigarami. You have the threat of a wrestle up, and then finally we have a situation where we offer our partner the body lock. And when we do that, with an eye towards preventing them from totally locking their hands and sucking our hips in underneath, you have plenty of opportunities there to force your partner down to the knees, get them playing that game where they're trying to pass from there, and you're going to have opportunities to lock up Sumi Gaeshi and start to work your attacks from that position, okay? So we have a new Sumi Gaeshi video. Its links are going to be down below. If you have questions about that or this video, please let us know. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.